Hey, Fred. Happy Saturday evening, everybody. Fred, everybody else, don't judge me. How do you think I keep this figure? No, that was funny. All right, folks. It's still Saturday, the 2nd of November. Happy November, everybody. It's going on 6 p.m. I'm ending my day. Obviously, I just cracked a beer. Trust me, that doesn't happen unless my day is done. I'm going to go practice this thing that they call fun. Don't feel too bad for me. I sneak in some fun here and there. Yeah, I'm done. It is the annual Weezer Camp, the Weezer hunting crew, which is uncles and cousins and nephews and brothers and everything else. It is our very well practiced annual 22 shoot with Jeremiah Johnson, the movie, one of the top 5, pure and simple, end of story. It's our annual night. Jeremiah Johnson night is what we call it. We incorporated a 22 shoot, though, about 10 years ago. And, of course, there's bacon wrapped tenderloins out there, all venison. I believe there's even some mule deer out there from the trip my dad and uncles took out west. And all the fixins. It's kind of a hello to hunting season. That time of year, a warm camp, you know, all that other stuff. So I'm going to go practice being a regular human being on a Saturday here. And I'm going to head out here as soon as this video is done. I kind of haven't been doing a very good job here keeping everybody in the loop. Things have been an absolute bear. Everything's going just fine, but keeping up is, yeah, whatever. Nobody likes a complainer. So I figured we'd do a quick video here before I truly shut down. And we'll sing a few tunes. Yeah. Okay. We're in what we've been calling the heifer lot for quite a long time here, folks. Holstein heifers are up on the hill. I can only assume you can see them. They just got a wagon of fresh corn silage. Soon to be, probably within the next 3 weeks, those Holsteins are going bye-bye. I will have a week or so to clean this up and get ready to wean off all the beef calves. So, in an effort to help, you know, we've never kept a lot of animals in here. Well, that's actually not true. I used to have a lot. Anyway, it doesn't matter. In an effort to help with loading, unloading, and even treatments and everything else, I ended up putting up 3 16-foot gates, of course with the guide wires up on top to keep them somewhat level. Of course, I'll have to redo everything next year. We all know how that works. But everything closes so they can all kind of be confined to this area here. I'm yet to doctor up something here. I've got to do a little bit of rebuilding of somehow, somewhat. I haven't even put my mind to this yet. And obviously I got to jostle around this gate so that they can come in here as groups when it's time to load out. Not the greatest setup, folks. I do know there's probably some eyebrows turned right now. This is the setup that I have right now. And by God, it has been working for some time. It does need to change, but right now it's all good. The other thing I did here today is I finished pounding post. That post pounder is finally off the 6420, that heavy son of a gun. In an effort to help make this a little better, a little more Fort Knox here for securement with animals, I ended up pounding some more posts on this partition line, I'll call it. And then tomorrow, if I'm lucky enough, I'm actually going to make a double strand gate opening just when it starts making up the hill. Because within a month or so, that yard becomes empty. The horses, that's their home for now, but that's going to become empty. And yeah, so basically a lot of room to roam. This yard has since tripled. You got the regular yard here, which isn't fit for the damn devil. It is drying out significantly though compared to what it was. Then of course the top of the hill, I kind of incorporated that in with this lot. Excuse me. And then they'll have this opening as well. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, another thing I did today that I kind of failed to take you with me. Like I said, I'm just trying to keep up here. Boo-hoo-hoo. I went and chased down some of the more straw bales here and put them under cover. Very easy to tell. This was my nasty, nasty oat crop, but it's straw nonetheless. And then, of course, we have soybean straw. They're stored in here. The open cab 6400 will live here throughout the winter, being it's readily accessible to, of course, the plug for the block heater, excuse me. And then we feed off these bales all winter when needed. Yeah, it helps. It's a big help. I have to go chase down 5 more. There was no way in Hades that I was going to get those on the load that I went and chased down this afternoon. So tomorrow I got to go get 5 more, put them up, and excuse me, life is good. Load and a half of the soybean straw we ended up putting in here. And 2 loads up in the haymow, which we'll walk up there. I got to shut those doors anyway. And we stopped there. Anything more than 2 loads, I would have had to set up the other elevator, and there was just no need in that. You can call it lazy if you want to. There was no need. That's scrumptious. All right, another thing that happened here today. If you caught this morning's video, which I'm doing a real bad job here of getting those posted in a timely manner. If you watch that video, you'll see that I had an ailing black baldy beef calf. There's something wrong with the navel. It's more than just swollen. It was pretty nasty. There's also, basically it's got an infection. We'll call it the old undercarriage. It's almost like one of the testicles was missed, which it wasn't. That does happen sometimes, unless you're absolutely perfect. I'm not. I've missed them before, I'll admit it. It's got a swollen underneath there, so I don't know if this is a bladder deal, urinary. I don't know. I don't have all those answers. But nonetheless, this rascal right here, which this is a late June calf. That's why his size isn't anything to brag about. He's a good calf, but he does have an ailment. And so anyway, got him rounded up here this morning, probably literally 20 minutes after I was done with that video, and got him in here. Anyway, he ended up, now he needs to be on an antibiotic, which I'm going to start tomorrow. What I did though here is I got him in here and he got 5 mils of new floor. And we're going to see how he is tomorrow. He's already starting to dry up significantly. And being it's Saturday, I didn't call the vet. I can't call the vet tomorrow on Sunday. I could if it's an emergency, but no, I'm not doing that. And I'm going to see how he's doing. Nonetheless, weaning, I guess, has started because he will not be going back out to his mother. He's going to live in this pen until he is A-OK and everything else is weaned off and goes in the lot, and then he'll join him in the lot. In fact, he's probably young enough and small enough, folks. I do have a handful of June calves that I do plan on putting in the barn for a little while. They need just that extra little push and extra little growth of comfort, good feed, grain, everything else. I'm probably going to end up housing 6 or 7 that are just, they're younger. And obviously, because of their age, they're a little bit behind. So, anyway, he's going to start bawling for mom tomorrow. So far, he's all right. He's settling in real nice, and just a little extra TLC for this guy. And depending on what I see tomorrow or Monday morning, a vet will be called to check in on him. An infection of some sort. I wish I had more answers to educate everybody, but I'm not into BSing people, so those are my words. So I guess I could say that weaning started early, unfortunately. Of course, you got the Holstein steers back here in that lean-to pen. They're doing just fine. They continue to eat like I have never seen a smaller group of Holstein steers eat before. It's just nonstop. Nonstop. Right, you bunch of pigs? Huh? He's starting to let me do that here and there. That's that orphaned Black Angus beef calf who has come leaps and bounds. He's doing real good. He looks real good. I have full intentions of kicking him out into the lot once all his brothers and sisters get weaned off. I'm sure he's going to do just fine because he's doing fantastic in here. These Holstein steers, they will continue to live in here throughout the winter, and they will be going to a spring feeder sale in the spring. So, yeah. I guess while we're at it, I don't know if I ever showed you this. You know, the back end of this manure spreader exploded this spring. The back end is all brand new here, folks. Yeah. It's doing a phenomenal job, too. $6,400 cab tractor usually stays hooked up to the spreader at this time of the year. Until Old Man Winter says that we're in need of a 4-wheel drive. And then I do believe I will probably put the 6150M on it. We'll see what happens. Let's take a real quick look at the old haymow. And I gotta get my button gear here. Close this down. Lights off. Good night. Hey, Fred, the old dog, you. Lights off, all the electricity's back on. That's a Sioux grain bin. That's a 3/6 ring that I've yet to put together. I bought that damn thing about 1.5 years ago or so. And I'm glad I didn't put it together yet, because I probably would have put it somewhere stupid. I have plans for that lot. We'll see what happens. I'll stop there. All right. You're looking at all the soybean straw, which is camouflaging hundreds of bales that were left over for oats and barley. So we're sitting pretty. We're sitting real pretty on straw. I am for the most part pleased with the soybean straw. You know, as long as a person keeps in mind that it's not going to be your normal barley or oat straw. I mean, you just can't beat this stuff, you know. But I am for the most part pleased. It is an excellent, excellent soaker. And yeah, it doesn't matter. It was desperate times, desperate measures, and it had to be tried and done, and I'm glad I did it. It worked. I will safely say, though, unless an emergency, or I know damn well that I'll probably be out, I don't know if I'll do this again. It's good stuff if you're in need. But if a guy can get his hands, you know, without breaking the bank, for crying out loud, if a guy can get his hands on, you know, barley or oat or even wheat straw, which wheat isn't, we really don't do that up here, folks. You know, that's preferred. This is emergency stuff right here. And it'll prove to be real good. So, pretty happy with it. I can promise you right now, I will not be doing any small grains for the next 2-3 years, which of course is barley or oats for me. Therefore, my straw needs, I'm going to have to shake a magic wand for that to happen, especially with this barn raising animals during the winter. I can hear that young calf down there already. He's already bawling. Poor little guy. But this is what the haymow looks like. Cooler for water, of course, when we're unloading in the summer. I haven't cleaned that up yet. That's about it. Folks, I'm closing these doors. Thanks for joining me with this little tour here on what was going on here today. I'm going to close these doors and go practice that little thing called fun. And kind of go from there. I do have a busy day tomorrow. I'm going to plan on taking you with me. Got a few odds and ends to do and everything else, and we'll go from there. Hope everybody's doing okay, having a nice weekend. We're going to talk to you sooner and later.